Hey, it's Nathas, and we are two starter kits away from being able to get through our case. So I will be joining you again with another SolForge Fusion Kickstarter exclusive edition starter kit opening. This is kit number 11 of 12. We've definitely, like, as we get towards the end, I feel like we've gotten a lot more bigger hit decks, ones that I think I'm very excited to have. We've got two Omnis out of our first 10 boosters, which is really cool. We definitely have seen a bunch of cool decks that had Necromancer and Stitcher and other really cool cards, and definitely hoping that we have at least one more deck that I would consider to be a high roll deck out of our last few boosters. But definitely overall, I'm pretty satisfied with what we've opened so far. So let's see if we can keep it up. All right. So we're going to get started with our Alloyan list. Get our disappointment out of the way quick. Sorry to everyone who's a fan of Alloyan, but unfortunately, I just feel like the overall power level is definitely on the lower side here. So we got an Adaptive Tactician, Aetherforge Oracle, Combat Technohulk, Energy Surge, Gauntlets of Silgrim, Heavy Artillery. We got a Betrayer Portal Sage, which is nice, or Shade, which is nice. Rallying Sculptor, Rallying Virtuoso, and a War Machine. All right, so I definitely feel like I talked a little too soon for Aloyan here, because double rallying is really cool, especially with one of the rallying creatures caring about replacing for its other abilities as well. So Rallying Sculptor is definitely a really cool rallying card. And we've got a little bit of removal. We've got a little bit of pumping. We've got Portal Sage to kind of push some extra damage. So this is a pretty cool list. I wish there was a little bit of extra minion generation here, but we'll see what our Forgeborn is. So we've got a Steel Rosetta, which is good. It's got Inspire at level 2, Enhance at level 3, and Tinker at level 4. So overall, like, I'm pretty happy with this list. I'm sorry to Aloyan for definitely speaking poorly at the very beginning of this, because that was one I definitely appreciate. Alright, so now we're getting into Tempest. So we're getting a Blizzard Shaman, Firefist Uranti, Flamebreaker Invoker, Flame Shaper Savant, Fleet Glider, Primordial Slam, Lightning Brand, Steadfast Stoneskin or Stonefist, Thunder Stomper, and a Uranti Heart Seeker. And we've got a Sunder here with Ice Armor at level 2, Stimbolt at level 3, and Summon the Storm at level 4. So overall, there's a lot of ways to kind of spray some removal, push some damage, and I like the aggressive side of the Flamebreak Invoker. Um, Lightning Brand looks to be the only card that really gets you extra advantage out of the Savant, but most cards here actually are mages. So we've got, or not most, 4 mages to take advantage of Lightning Brand. So yeah, it's not a bad one. All right, so we're gonna get into our Utera. I actually never noticed this until opening this kit, but it looks like all of the Kickstarter minions are in the Utera deck. So that's kind of interesting that every Utera deck is going to be out of Kickstarter starters have that alt art minion in it. So Asperian Steel Plate, Everflow Eidolon, Lysian Rain, Pack Slayer, Pax Blessing, Rooted Keeper, Savage Oath, Stout Raptor, Stout Height Stegodon, and a Venerable Basher. That comes with an Oros, with Barkskin at level 2, Growth Aura at level 3, and Shapeshift at level 4. So this one, unfortunately, is just one that there's some breakthrough, which is nice. Savage Oath has, I think, maybe only one warrior, and there's only a couple beasts as well to really take advantage of that Rooted Keeper. So overall, I feel like you're just not going to be able to maximize the value of your cards out of that list. Alright, now finally we've got our Necrom list. We're starting with a Combat Demon, Dr. Frankenbaum, Epidemic, Ghastly Renewal, Gloom Reaper Hag, Root Meal, Portal Shade, Scorch Hydra, Sigmund Fraud, Steadfast Amoeba. A couple cards out of order here. That's always interesting. And we've got a Cersei with Life Drain at level 2, Army Commander at level 3, Death Touch at level 4. So there's a couple cool synergies in this one, but unfortunately, Nothing that really wants me to make me play this deck. The Amoeba is okay. The Combat Demon is okay. Um, Portal Shade with the Scourge Hydra is probably the best little combo here. And I always really love Group Meal. But overall, like, definitely not my favorite Necrom list that I've seen. Awesome. So that is the 11th starter kit out of the case. So I have one more to go out of this series. So thank you for sticking along if you've if you stayed with it for this long. And we'll see if we get anything cool out of the last one next time. So thanks and see you next time.